Coming up next is DC News number 94, and in it we have stories on the developmental program that DC has put together for aspiring young writers just like you. So listen up, you might want to hear about it. Also, we're going to talk about Men of War, how it's not going anywhere. We're going to talk about Challengers of the Unknown and how they're coming back and bringing all their friends with them. Also, we've got stories on Voodoo, Voodoo Child, and the Missing Jack Knight chapter, which DC may be bringing to you if any of the stuff that Jimmy Robinson ever sells. All that and more coming right up.
Bo's got that DC look in his eyes right now. Looks a lot like gas.
The Will to Win with Time to Sin. DC Comic Book News, Episode 94, Epic Ineptitude.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. Bo!
Yes?
I know it's DC News, but what time is it?
It's DC News time.
Oh, okay, how about that? DC News time.
Did you check your watch?
Yes. No.
It says right there,
Oh,
DC News
yes,
time.
it does. DC News. And DC News is coming from this place, Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 11 Kedzie. 15% off every day for everyone. All my DC comics. Every one of these comics I'm going to talk about is going to be 15% off here at the store.
You said
when
50
they
before you.
come off. 15, 1 5.
Make that clear. 15.
15% off every day for everyone. This is
Even him?
This is a miscellaneous potpourri mishmash of DC News, and our first story up involves a book that I thought was going to get canceled with number 6, but apparently it's not. Men of War.
Men of War's not ending with 6. DC has not announced any cancellations.
Yet. Yet. I was just talking to someone at the store about this earlier today. When the February previews comes out, I am betting you're going to hear about 52 Mach 2 or 52 2.0 or new 52 2.0 because all these 6-issue contracts actually wrap up with the January previews, which is on the stands right now. The 6th issues should be in there. And whatever's not going to make the cut is going to get canceled. It'll have to be replaced with something like the JSA book. And so you're going to have brand new first issues in the new 52 coming in the February previews, I would bet. But apparently Men of War will not be one of the ones that are going to be cut.
No, Men of War's not going to end at 6 as far as we know, but Ivan Brandon, the writer, said, I'm out of here. So he's probably leaving.
Well, good riddance.
He's probably leaving before the book gets canceled.
Good riddance.
I'm leaving this book.
Coming back is the Challengers of the Unknown to the pages of DC. What is that called?
DC Universe Presents.
DC Universe. I was going to say DC Comics Presents. DC Universe Presents.
Yeah, once the Dead Man story is over with, then the lead story will be Challengers of the Unknown, which story is written by DC Vice President Dan DiDio and drawn by Jerry Ordway. And the concept this time around is...
Great. Okay.
You don't like Ordway? Or you don't like
No. Ordway's fine.
Okay.
What was the other name you mentioned?
Dan DiDio.
Great. Okay. Wonderful.
The concept here is the fact that the Challengers of the Unknown will be a reality series, and so every Challenger character you've ever seen will be involved in this series. They'll be sent to an island.
Gangbang. Everyone you've ever seen.
Everyone. All of them.
Everyone.
Even the last incarnation.
Another New 52 title, which apparently is not getting axed, is Voodoo. And in number 5, what happens?
We'll see a new writer.
Not getting axed, but it's getting a new writer.
Ron Mars wrote 1 through 5. He turned in an outline for issue number 5, and the folks at DC weren't really happy with it. And so they told Ron, get the hell out of here. There's the door, buddy. And so Mars went, well, see ya.
Bye.
So Joshua Williamson is going to take over the book with issue number 5. His idea is he's going to turn the book into he's Xenoholics.
Okay.
The guy who does Xenoholics.
What was wrong with Mars's issue 5? I mean,
DC won't say, and Mars, being a gentleman, won't say what the problem was, but there was a problem.
Mars being a gentleman. Mars not wanting to have more bad lumped onto his career.
Right. So so Williamson, I guess they went to Williamson while Mars still sat in the book and said, "Hi, why don't you give us an outline?" And his outline is going to turn this into a big, huge superhero sci-fi thing.
All right, Ron, hold on a second. We're dumping him off this book. Could you give us an outline for what his next issue would be? Oh, you done the run? Okay, fine.
And Williamson probably, and when they came to him with it, he probably went, "Why are you asking me for an outline when this guy's already working on the book?"
Don't worry about it. Don't
worry about it. Just give me an outline.
Just go with it. Okay. Jimmy Robinson, who was essentially kicked off of Justice League when they rebooted it.
Yeah.
is still working at DC. He's still working at DC. He, of course, is doing the Shade maxi series,
Which isn't selling at all.
which isn't selling at all. Big
And so we
surprise.
don't know if that's going to make 12 issues or not.
It's a 12-issue maxi series,
Yeah.
which as of the second issue is not selling worth a damn.
And so he's gone online and
it may become
please buy my book.
it may become a new band of brothers over
Yeah,
at DC.
yeah, it could be.
If you don't know what that is, check out Marvel News number 93. We talk about Band of
yeah,
Brothers. But be that as it may, Mr. Robinson has a Jack Knight story in his back pocket waiting.
Well, he says there's an untold story about Jack Knight that he and Tony Harris have always wanted to do, but Harris has never had time to finish it because he's working. One of the things Harris is working on is he's doing covers. I think he's doing covers with Marvel. He's also finishing up that miniseries War Heroes that he and Mark Millar started 2 years ago
God.
over at Image
Yeah.
because they got to get that sucker finished because
Why-
it's been optioned to be a movie and they got to have the whole
Oh,
thing. finished out.
why bother? Really, it's like Image United 4, which we talked about in Indie News. I mean,
But-
why bother?
But when Harris finds time to come back to this, then he'll do the story. And basically, the story will place Jack Knight in Japan. It'll tell what he did when he was in Japan. So it'll be a Starman story for all the people wondering about a Starman story, but it'll be more or less an inventory story that you never saw.
Inventory story you never saw. Okay. Over in the Vertigo universe, we have one Vertigo story, and it involves a new book called Voodoo Child, which is no relationship with Voodoo in the New 52.
It has nothing to do with Jimi Hendrix
And nothing to do with Jimi Hendrix. Or
Right.
Brother Voodoo
or Brother Voodoo.
over at Marvel.
Selwyn Sifu Hines and Dennis Cowan,
Yes.
who hasn't worked in the comics for a bit. They're going to be working on a new book called Voodoo Child. It involves a woman named Dominique who learns she's the heir to the control of a magical underworld of New Orleans. This is one of the brand new Vertigo books, which will replace the Vertigo books that are going away, such as DMZ, Northlanders. This book after 6 issues because no one's going to buy the damn thing. And a couple of
You don't know that.
Dennis Cowan, I really like Dennis Cowan's art.
I do
Dennis
too.
Cowan's really, really nice.
I do too.
Dennis Cowan hasn't done any regular work in comics for years.
So he's new. He's new. He's going to come in. He's going to come in with what will essentially be a fresh new style for a lot of people out there who've never seen him. You like his style, so you'll buy the book. And if folks out there who have never seen his work before look at it and go, "Oh, who is this talent?" and they'll pick it up.
I really like Mike Carey, but I don't give a crap about Unwritten.
Okay, our last story involves DC as a program for aspiring young writers. So if you want to be a writer out there, listen up.
Yeah, when you come into the store and you see those 80-page specials DC does,
Yeah.
okay, those are written by people who've never worked.
Batman special,
Batman
Superman special, and
Superman
80-page
special.
giant.
Those are 80-page giants. Those are stories that are written by people who work in the independent world who are getting the big shot at comics, and so they collect them to see if people will buy them.
Yeah.
The idea is the fact that they work on those books and they'll be involved in a training program, and at some point they'll be moving up to the big time books.
Yeah.
So this basically it's their version of the DC tryout book.
The only problem with that is, of course, those 80-page books are $6 a pop.
Yeah, that's the
For
other,
a tryout
yeah.
book, which, even though it's a Batman
Right.
book, it's a Batman tryout book, essentially.
Right, and you're looking at-
charging $5.99 for it.
And you're looking at it and you're going, who the hell are these people?
Oh, Joker, look.
Yeah.
Look, Joker.
Yeah, but it's a Joker story. but-
Batman.
Right. It's like, yeah, but I don't know who the hell these guys are.
Now, these are text only, or they got artwork with
No.
them too?
No, they're illustrated stories. They're just basically short little, backup
8,
stories.
8, 12, 14
8 to
page
12
stories.
they're thrown into
But
this.
by unknown authors.
But by unknown authors. I mean, these are guys who've worked in indie. These are guys who work on online comics and a whole bunch of other places.
But artists too, or real
The artists, they try to find people who are working at the mainstream books. Although at that book,
But not big names or anything.
But yeah, these are guys who like do fill-in stuff. Guys like K-Fu and guys like
Yeah.
that just hanging around. And also, aside from the tryout books, DC's doing inventory issues now. George Perez has drawn a whole bunch of issues of comics that fill in for these people who don't make their 52 deadlines.
What is the point of having a contract that says you have to get these books out on time for the New 52 if you're doing fill-in books because some of these people aren't going to make their deadline?
Because at a certain point, when you're sitting there at the Apple Studios waiting for the digital version of the comic and it's not there, they got to give them some.
Okay, that's it. We're done with Fish Ravi. We got no more DC news, but you can go to the store's website, check out all of our DC news that we post up on the website. And where is the store's website? Where is the store's
Sarah
website?
knows all this stuff.
Why are you whispering?
Sarah's got a cold.
www.myalternatereality.com. I heard they used to stop prison riots.
So go to the store's website, check out all of Bo's DC news, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And this is Bo.
saying Bye.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.